Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, it's 9 a.m., and it's time for your full body, high intensity workout. And all you need today is a kettlebell or equivalent. You don't even need a chair. So we're going to get straight into a bit of a warm up in about 20-30 seconds. Just wait for a few more heads to come online. And I'm a little bit on the delayed sec, so I'm just going to turn my volume off there because it drives me mad having to listen to myself. I'm just going to get my timer ready, and while I'm getting ready, you guys can also get your space, get your kettlebell. You probably need about 2 meters square, and that's it. That's all we need today. We're going to go 50 seconds worth of work, 10 seconds worth of rest. We're working through a series of exercises that will tax the whole body, posterior, anterior, and all in the bits in between. Who have we got here? We got Marie. Hey Marie, how are you? Good morning. Come on in, guys. Get yourself set. And like I said just a few seconds ago, all you need is your kettlebell or your kettlebell equivalent. And we're going to get into a full body workout. So we'll start into our warm up now in about 10 seconds. Just giving a couple more people a few more seconds to get yourselves on board. If you've just come in, how are we doing, guys? Let me know how you're getting on. Give us a comment. Tell us where you are in the world. And when you're done with that and you're ready to go, let's get into some lunges to get warm. So feet hip width, big stride forward, drop that knee to the floor, big squeeze on the abs and a push through the whole sole of that foot to come back up tall. Got to get ourselves warm, got to get ourselves mobile, and get ready to hit this workout hard. So it is exactly 15 minutes and 50 seconds of a workout. You get that extra 50 seconds for free because I'm just generous like that. Okay, so from here, we're now going to go into squats. So feet nice and wide, toes turned out. Push the hips back like you're shutting a door. Sit the hips right down. Keep the soles of the feet in contact with the floor. And when you're at the bottom, push your knees out with your elbows. Hook your fingers under your toes. Raise the hips nice and high. Stretch out the hamstrings in the lower back. About 2 or 3 seconds at the top. And then sit yourself down into a nice deep squat. Again, pushing those knees out with the elbows. 2 to 3 seconds. And then we go again. High for 2 to 3, low for 2 to 3. And we're just warming up that full range of movement on your squat. Emphasizing the soles of the feet, staying in contact with the floor. Chest out, shoulders back. That's it. Okay, so from here, we're now going to go into a high plank position. And in the high plank, we're going to bring the right foot forward, plant it beside the right hand. You can drop the left knee to the floor, that's fine. And it's a big arm rotation on that right side, twisting through the shoulder blades. And then back down, change hands, change feet. Big arm rotation, a few clicks and cracks going on my back. That's just the ligaments returning back to their original position. So we're alternating between left and right every 3 to 4 seconds. Take your time, again, it's the warm-up. It's designed to bring the body up to temperature. It's designed to mobilize all the joints, get those tendons and ligaments moving, get them ready for that external resistance and the high tempo that you're going to be exposing them to. All right, last one. So now we need to flip around using your best breakdancing move onto your back. You're going to drive through the heels, get the hips nice and high. Roisin, hey Roisin, how are we doing? Comment just came in there. That's it, so driving those hips nice and high, feeling the squeeze on the butt cheeks, feeling on the hamstrings, and let's go single leg bridging now. So we take one leg out of the equation, all the way from the floor, get the hips as high as we can, and then lower back down, tip the floor and go again. And then change every 3 to 4 reps from side to side, and you will find one side is a hell of a lot better at bridging than the other. So again, just working through the warm-up. We're almost there. And we are going to be starting every superset with one specific movement. Okay, and up we come. All right, so the one movement that we're going to be preceding every superset, by the way, a superset is 2 exercises back to back. So we're going to do 50 seconds worth of clean, squat, lunge, lunge. So a clean is where the bell starts on the floor, shoulders are back, chest is out, hips are in the hinged position. You're going to drive that floor away and that bell gets propelled to the chest. You're then going to go into a full squat, and after the full squat, you're going to do 2 rear lunges, 1 on each leg. So it's a clean a squat, and then 2 lunges. And that is going to be for 50 seconds. After that, we're going to go into a superset of kettlebell swings and overhead press, 2 rounds, and then we're back to our clean squat, lunge, lunge. So get yourself set. We're going to start in 10 seconds time with our clean, our squat, and our double lunge. Ready to go. Bell on the floor between the feet, shoulders back, chest out. 3 seconds. 2, 1, clean it. Squat it, and then knee to floor, rear lunge, and then back to the clean, and then a squat, and then 2 rear lunges. So the clean is the hinge, the squat obviously is the squat, and then the 2 lunges are hitting that lunge box. So we're getting all 3 compound movements ticked in this one sequence. You got your hinge, you got your squat, and you got your 2 lunges. 1 on each leg. 17 seconds, then we get a 10-second breather, and then we're kicking off into kettlebell swings. So remember the difference between your hinge, that's the clean, and your squat. The hips are different in their height. 3, 2, 1, rest. Ready to start swinging that bell in 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and swing it. So our shoulders are back, our chest is out, our head is up. We're driving through the whole sole of the foot. We're squeezing our abs at the top, and we are hinging. So this is this cousin to the clean that we were just doing. We got 50 seconds worth of swings, and then we're going to take a 10-second breather, and then we're going into 50 seconds worth of overhead press. So we're going from full body into upper body compound. And by the end of today, you will have the whole body done. All compounds and the functional in between. 8 seconds. Keep those abs tight at the top. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're gonna go into overhead press in 8 seconds. So we're gonna get that bell onto the chest now. You can use 2 hands if you need to. Let's go. Squeeze the abs, punch the sky. We're trying not to use the hips and knees because we want to isolate the upper body. We've done enough on the lower body so far. We've already done some full body with the swings, and now it's time to target that upper body. Shoulders, arms, abs, lats. And I'm changing side now. It's halfway through the set. But you can go 50 and 50 because there's 2 rounds on these. Swings are coming up next for the second round. Then we've got our overhead press, and then we're into our clean squat and lunge, lunge again. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest 10. Don't go too far from that bell because we're going into swings in 6 seconds. 4, 3, hands on, 1, and swing it. Let's go. So we're driving that floor straight down. Our shoulder blades are back like a latch held together. We're squeezing those abs to maintain that energy transfer from lower to upper. If you're feeling this on the lower back, you need to aggressively squeeze the abs more and pop the chest out just that little bit more. Exaggerate that posture. We got 20 seconds. Stay with it. Remember, you are taxing yourself to the best of your ability. So if necessary, we scale an exercise down or up. 10 seconds. Back to overhead press after this. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Remember, at no point should you be out of control. At no point should that weight be telling you what to do. 3, 2, 1, overhead press. At any point, whether it's up or down, you should be able to change your mind and change direction. That should be the same in your swing, your snatch, your clean, your squat, everything. That's how much control you have at all times. If at any point you cannot change direction at your choice, that means you're out of control. Change sides. It's the one thing we have that we should have absolute control over, and it's how our body moves. 12 seconds, and then we've come to the end of this superset. We're going back to the top, and it's the clean squat and lunge by 2. Then it's a snatch and a single arm saw row. And rest, bell down. We're gonna clean it in 7 seconds, then we're gonna squat it and lunge it for 2. 3, hands on. 2, hinge position. 1, let's go. Clean it, squat it, and then lunge it. And remember your scaling options. You reduce or remove the weight as option number 1. You introduce a support structure as option number 2. And then you start reducing the range of movement as option number 3. So basically what we're doing there is we are putting so much emphasis on the range of movement as opposed to the resistance levels. 17 seconds, and then we are going to go into snatch, and that's where the bell starts on the floor and finishes above the head. 1 continuous movement. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest 10. All right, don't go too far. We're snatching in 5 seconds. 4, 3, shoulders back, chest out. 2, 1, drive the floor away. Bell goes above the head. And remember, you're not sitting down, you are hinging at the hips. So the snatch, the clean, the swing, the deadlift, the hips are all the same. If you were squatting it, you would be sitting down into a chair. We don't want that. We want to keep that power, that slingshot ability in the hips. 20 seconds, and then we're going to go into a single arm saw row. That is a lunge position, elbow on knee, and then a pull with the lat to get the bell to the armpit. 5 seconds. Woo. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so we're going to spread the feet nice and wide over the bell. We're going to turn our toes to the left. We're going to put our elbow on our knee, hand on bell, and let's pull that bell into the armpit. It's called a saw row because look like we're sawing a piece of wood. Keep the posture. Utilize that elbow on your knee and isolate that lat. We don't want the back to round on the shoulder blades, so we keep that chest popped out. 5 seconds, I'm changing sides. 3, 2, 1. Quick change, and off I go. It's literally a case of turning to my right. I've still got width on my stance, both in front and behind, and also side to side. So a football would be able to roll down between my feet if it was rolling directly towards me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Snatch is coming up again. Second round. It's the last round in 5 seconds. Heart rate's now high. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we are driving that floor away, and that bell goes above the head. So you can go one hand or two. It's up to you. As long as the movement is continuous and it's the full range to your ability. We keep our abs tight because all the energy is being driven from the hips and legs into the floor, and then we need something to transfer that energy to the upper body and allow the bell to capitalize on it. So you got to keep those abs tight to transfer the energy, but also to protect the spine and make sure you move correctly. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo! All right, we're going to go into our single arm saw row in 5 seconds. Feet wide, turn to the left, elbow on knee, perfect posture. Let's go. So I'm focusing on my right lat, doing all the lifting. My arm is merely a tool of the lat. I'm not focusing on pulling with the arm, I'm focusing on pulling with the lat, that big wing of muscle in a V shape on the back of my body. And I'm changing in 3, 2, 1, change sides. There is no need for more than a second when you change. It's literally half a twirl and then a change on the hands. Should take you no more than a second in order to do it. 10 seconds left. Then we got our breather, and then we're back to clean squat, lunge, lunge. Oh, and rest. Woo, all right. Stay with that bell. Clean squat, lunge, lunge in 5 seconds. Heart rate's up, let's keep it up. And let's go. Clean it, squat it, and then a double lunge. Scratch my nose while I do it. Dangerous. And try not to take too long in between each movement because we want to keep the heart rate up. We want to keep those muscles taxed, and we want to get the best from the 15, 16 minutes that we're working. And this is massively taxing when done fully because there's so many muscles that live on the lower portion of the body that need all that blood at the same time. And that heart rate and cardio system has to work overtime to get it to them. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, we're going into sumo deadlift high pull. Feet nice and wide. Sit the hips right down. Drive the floor away, pull to the chin. Let's go. So the elbows are always higher than the bell. So think of it like a sumo wrestler. You're sitting your hips right down. You're driving the floor away. You're squeezing your abs, and your elbows are high up by your ears, and the bell comes into just below the chin. You can go single hand, you can go two hands. It doesn't really matter because all the energy and lifting force is being done by those legs and hips, and your core is transferring the energy. Keep the knees forced out to the side. The toes are out at 10 past the hour and 10 to the hour. We're going to go into a front press to halo next. Rest. Holding the bell on the chest. Hand it out in front. Bring it back. Full rotation of the head. In 3, 2, 1. Hand it out. Bring it back. Rotate that head and repeat. We don't let that bell drop. It's got a glass of water on it and we don't want to spill it. So we hand it out perfectly parallel to the floor. We squeeze our abs accordingly. And then we do a full rotation on the head to hit those abs and shoulders from another angle. Oh, you might be getting a knocking sound. That's just my arm hitting against the mic. 14 seconds, and then we're back to sumo deadlift, high pull, SDLHB. 3, 2, 1, rest. Breathe. 6 seconds, we're going again. Feet wide, toes turned out. Hips go down, knees are out. Drive floor away, let's go. So I'm alternating left and right, and then to two hands. But the constant is the way my hips are moving. I am constantly dropping through the hips. I've got my head up, I got my chest out, and I got the soles of the feet fully engaged with the floor. This is the last time we're going to be doing sumo deadlift high pull. We got front press to halo, and then we're going to finish off today's session the way we came in with our clean squat, lunge, lunge. We got 10 seconds left. Keep moving. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Wow. Whew. All right, front press to halos. 5 seconds away. Bell on the chest now. Stay with me. Let's go. Out, in, and around. And when you're going around, you try and drop it as far down behind the head as possible. And you keep your head steady. You move the weight around your head. You don't move your head around the weight. Wow. 25 seconds. And then we're into our last clean squat, double lunge. And then it's high fives all around. Get outside for some fresh air and keep the weekend going on a high. Oh, ab squeeze is so important in order to maintain control of that bell. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, here we go, home stretch. We're 6 seconds away from clean squat, lunge, lunge. 2, 1, let's go. Clean it, squat it, double lunge it. And when you're double lunging, maintain that width. Don't lunge like you're on a tightrope. Lunge like your feet and legs are on opposing train tracks. 30 seconds left in today's session. Keep moving. That's the one, guys. Keep it going. 20 seconds left. Remember, the clean is a hinge, the squat is a sit, and the lunge is knee to floor. 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo! If you stuck rigidly to your ability and the 50-second window there on that workout, your heart rate will be up pretty high. You'll be breathing creepily like me. So force that breathing to slow down. In through nose, controlled exhale out the mouth. And then we'll get into our cool down passive hang. So, feet nice and wide. Stretch on the inside of the thighs before we go anywhere. Soften those knees. Stick your butt out the back. Keep the weight on your heels. And drop the backs of those hands to the floor. In through nose, out through mouth. Slowing the heart rate down. Letting the body know that it's coming to a finish. We're getting that heart rate down as quickly as we can. It's not about how high the heart rate gets. It's how quickly we can return it back to a resting position. So yes, you can spike your heart rate, but it's worrying if it stays up there when you stop moving. As soon as you stop moving, that requires that high heart rate, it should be dropping down pretty quickly. Okay, so from there we go into a lunge. We drop our back knee onto the floor. 2 hands or elbows on the knee in front, keeping the sole of the foot fully engaged with the floor. We tip our knee forward like a throttle. If your heel comes up, just reset, move your foot a little inch or two further forward, and then we again apply that pressure on the knee to tip it forward. Relax your shoulder blades, and the emphasis will come on the hip flexor, on the rear leg, and on the groin and hamstring on the underside of the front leg. And again, we exhale out the mouth, and when we exhale, we try and coincide that with you relaxing your shoulder blades and letting that body become nice and heavy and can't even think. And exaggerating, that's the word I was looking for. Exaggerating the stretch without having to push into it. Okay, and let's change sides. I'm just using my kettlebell here as a kind of a guide. That kettlebell should be able to swing between my feet and knees when I'm in a lunge position. So think of like a football rolling down. It should always be able to get through. That's how much of a gap is there. If you're ever lunging, you're in a position like this, like you're on a tightrope, then you're off balance. And you're not going to be able to emphasize a stretch because you're going to be too busy trying to control your balance. Keep the width. The more width we have, the more muscles we got engaged, the better the calorie burn, the higher the metabolic rate, blah, 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 blah. You basically look better naked after it. Simple as that. Control that breathing in through nose, out through mouth, become heavy and sink down into that through the hip flexor. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. It actually flew by. I wasn't expecting it to go by that quickly. It felt a lot quicker than other sessions. And then up we come. We're going to get a little bit of a stretch on the abs now. So we're going to bring our feet together to narrow our base of stability, and that turns on the abs more. Drop our right hand down the back in between our shoulder blade, left on the elbow, and we're going to pull to the left. Feel that stretch down the right side. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out and change, keeping the feet together. Left hand down the back, right on the elbow, pull to the right. Feel that stretch down the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Back to center. Big breath in through the nose. Hold it for a second, out the mouth. And guys, it's as simple as that. That's your day set up on a high. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Go, enjoy the rest of the day, get outside, get some fresh air, and if you want to do an additional session to complement this one, get some cardio in. So go for a run, a cycle, a swim, a fast walk, and keep moving, keep the heart rate up. Roisin, thanks. You're very welcome, Roisin. Have a good day. See you guys.